Yo, it's your boy Ugly here, and today we're just gonna be doing another My Hero What If. Yeah, I got a comment from Faith Chelsea, or whatever how you're supposed to pronounce it, Faith. Just gonna say it like that. So I got a comment from Faith to do a what if of what if Deku had combo star from Seven Deadly Sins. Now I already have what if Deku was Matty Lewis, and basically, what I'm trying to do now, hear me out. He said combo star, but no, when I looked up combo star, just to remember what it really looked like, and because I haven't really watched that show since it actually came out. Yeah, so yeah, when you look it up, you pretty much get hit with all the commandments, or at least seven of them. So then I thought, dang. So what if I did? What if Deku had 10 commandments, but he can only use seven at the beginning? He would just have to unlock them over time. So yeah. That being said, let's get into the story. Faith may not be what you wanted, but I don't know. If you like it, you like it. Please like it. I really hope you do like it. So yeah, when Deku's four, he's been told that he does not have any quirk. This basically destroys Deku's, dream of becoming a hero at any point in time. So he's kind of done with that, but he kind of a little bit of, a little bit of hope to become one. So the next day, when he goes to his elementary school or his preschool when he's four or whatever, I ain't go to that shit. How am I supposed to know? Well, when he goes there, he tells Bakugo, his supposed friend, that he doesn't have a quirk. And Bakugo's like, you're such a loser because I got a explosion quirk. And he says that's why and Bakugo would say that you couldn't beat me in a fight. And Deku would not even be agreeing to this. He would just be like, no, I'm not trying to fight right now. That's kind of weird. I just got here. You need to calm down, back up, back up. And Bakugo would still try to go attack Deku, and and Deku, without doing anything, would basically get the commandment of love. Basically, it used to be Mariola's commandment, used to be his commandment when he was a part of the Ten Commandments. Basically, all it does is anybody that tries to attack you, or they can't really attack, they can't move whatever weapon they're trying to do, they can't move at all. And, he's just not moving. I don't know if you can still talk while this is happening. I'm gonna say you can. Baku was like, why can't I move? Why can't I move? Because it's kind of weird. It's unexpected. Why can't you move? You know, that's not normal. You don't walk up to somebody and you just stop moving entirely. So he's just, Bakugo basically is starting to cry because you you know how dramatic you know people are. They'll just be like, "Oh, I can't move right now. That means I won't move the rest of my life," and just start crying. So, it's just be like that sometimes. And Bakugo thinks it's Deku's fault, so he avoids him every single day after that. As soon as it eventually stops, he avoids him every day after that, and he calls him a freak or whatever. However, people bully people these days. What do you do? What is your life if you do that? Damn. Okay, getting off track. So with that, Deku doesn't even know what he did. He doesn't know that he did anything. So he technically didn't. He technically didn't. So now he has the commandment of love, and he wouldn't be able to use any. He wouldn't be able to use my lowest move. He would just have the commandment. So he would start. And he says, "I see. It was just lucky that he stopped moving. I need to train." Ever since he was 4, and he'd been training for a good 10 years to the point of where he is to the point where the anime would start in middle school. Yeah, so with that being said, pretty much the day of middle school, and Bakugo today he thinks that he's stronger than anybody in the class. Anybody in the class, and he says, "All you rejects wouldn't even make it as a cop or like a mailman." So he's basically just bullying them again. He said, when the teacher is announcing that Deku, and Bakugo want to go to UA, and Bakugo would say, "Okay, I guess you didn't hear me. I said any of you rejects, including you, Deku," and he would go to explode, you know, Bakugo, and Bakugo would go explode Deku, and Deku not really doing anything. The commandment of love would start again. It would basically start again, so he would stop moving eventually, and eventually he would get out of it, but he would still stop moving for a longer period of time because it's a stronger commandment. This is not the only commandment he has. At this point, he already would have had. He already would have had selflessness. Yeah, He would already have um truth, purity, passive, passiveness, passive aggressive. Basically, he's a pacifist. He already would have had that. Actually, I'm not gonna give him the pacifist stuff because that's kind of boring. He wouldn't be able to fight anybody, so I'm not gonna give him the pacifist. So yeah, he would basically have truth, selflessness, purity, and love. Just like 5. So I'm just gonna give him that. And yeah, and ground. So that's all the commandments he would have, and pretty much it for the power. So basically, when the commandment of love would basically stop Bakugo from doing anything, the bell would ring and he would be the only one left in the class. Deku would, Bakugo would get extremely mad at this because he just got left by all his goons. Plus, Deku got off free, scot free, probably at his home because Deku's actually fast. He's been training. He's fast and strong. He just didn't really feel like dealing with Bakugo that day. Basically, he just has to get home early or fast enough so he can get home to train for the 10 months for the UA entrance exam because he knows that he's gonna have to train multiple times as harder as anybody else because he's using because because he doesn't have a quirk. So yeah, when he is running home, or at least he's trying to, he sees a shortcut that he sometimes take and says, "Okay, I gotta get to the shortcut so I can get home faster." And once he enters the tunnel or with the shortcut or whatever, a sludge villain would go to attack him. And I'll say that the ground commandment would basically happen, and two hands or two hands from the ground, like rock ground hands would come from the ground and capture the sludge villain, basically making it unable to move. And All Might would see this, and he's like, "Bro, what is that kid's quirk? Could he even done that?" And he asks Deku what's his quirk, and Deku says he doesn't have a quirk. That just randomly happens when he's getting attacked or something is happening to me. And uh, and All Might would think this is a random and odd phenomenon of things to happen. He would he would just be not doing anything and something would randomly happen. He doesn't really believe him and he just goes along with his day and tells Deku to meet him at the what do you call it, the Degama Beach. So yeah, and he says do it tomorrow, but Deku has to train today, so he trains today at his own house. Then the next day he would go to Degama Beach for his 10 months of training with All Might. So he would do it with All Might, and basically All Might would just ask him if he would want his quirk, because he is built for it. He is strong enough and fast enough. I would say he can probably handle, since he's been training for 10 years, he's been training like he had a quirk. So he can probably handle one for all to 70%, 70 to 75%. So he can probably handle a large amount of it. And I don't know. Faith, you pick if you want Deku to get one for all. Because I can't tell. But for now, we're just gonna leave it unknown. Faith, it's your comment if you want Deku to have one for all in this one. I don't know, but it's your pick, and you can pick the next what if too. So pick your choices. So he basically says not right now. I'll see if I want it later. basically just postponing the powers for now. So yeah, he'll basically be postponing the power for now. So yeah, they'll just continue their training, and Deku is a lot stronger and faster, and he even will be able to use what is it? He'll be able to use yeah, he will be able to use purity and ground way better because he has been training with it, and he already knows how to use it. Basically, purity. If somebody like wait, what does purity do? What does purity do? Purity. Yeah, purity is combo star. Purity is combo star. So since Faith wanted him to have combo star, I'll give him combo star just for this. But I won't let him have any of the other commandment powers. Because having the commandment and the commandment powers, that's kind of overpowered. I don't know. Because they each have their own different powers. Yeah. So he can't really have other than combo star. Just imagine combo star with one for all. That just been a sucky life, bro. Whoever who's getting hit with it, obviously. But they train for the 10 months, and Deku is ready for one for all, but he doesn't know if he wants to take it for now. It's up to you, Faith. But yeah, we're just gonna skip to the UA entrance exam and pretty much the first day and all that. So that's pretty much what this is gonna be. So Deku would get to the UA entrance exam, ace the written test, and basically be told all about the robot test. And once they're outside of the gate, he would instantly start running, and this is a part where he would kind of need one for all, but he can probably use ground to, shapeshift the ground to destroy the robots. So that's what he's basically doing. But what happens when he's in a fight where there's no ground? He can't really use any of his commandments because they're kind of following the guidelines, which is kind of weird because they kind of wouldn't know. So yeah, he's pretty much racking up points. He has a good amount of points. He has 65 points. And near the end of the match, he hears the ground rumbling, and he said, "That's not my doing." And he sees people running towards him. He said, "What's going on?" That's when he looks up and he sees a zero-pointer robot knock over a building. Basically, that building debris would fall on Uraraka, and Deku would see this and hear her cry out for help, and he would go over there to use his ground to basically stop the robot in its tracks and save Uraraka easily. And that's when everybody's looking at him was like, yo, did that kid just really use the ground to stop the robot? Damn, that's crazy. Basically, when he says Uraka and she introduces herself to Deku, Deku would tell her his name, and just pretty much that for that. And he would go back home. Days later, he would get the envelope from UA, and basically he would basically start up the do something with the hologram to make the hologram happen. And he would have All Might tell him, he would have All Might tell him, does he want one for all or not? You still have a couple of days to think about it. So right, he still has a couple of days to think about it. So he's still asking him what. So does he want one for all or not? And mm, Deku's still kind of on. He's still like, I don't know. So it's up to you, Faith, because you're the only one that be competent. So it's up to you. So yeah, so it's up to you. And he would go back to the next day of school, or the first official day after the exams, and he would be looking for class 1A. Once he sees the door, he would think that there's giants in there, and he would open the door and he would see Ida and Bakugo arguing, and and Ida would say, "Get your feet off the desk. It's only the first day and you're already scuffing the school up." And Bakugo would say that, "Okay, so were you born with a stick up your ass, or did your old school give it to you?" And that's when the door would open and Azuka Midoriya would come through. And Bakugo would see this. Bakugo would be like, "Oh, I didn't know the freak was in town." And that's when Ito would introduce himself to, you know, oh, Deku, and says, "Oh, how did you know that there's something else to the test? You are a superior student than I. You have extraordinary extraordinary ideas." Something like that, just basically praising him. And Aizawa would tell him to sit down and shut up because it took y'all 8 seconds to even do that. So basically, he would tell him to get outside to class or to training field A, and they would do the ball throw. Since Mizuku Midoriya got the highest known number because of 65 robo points and a 60 um rescue points, he gets to throw the ball first. He does so, and there's really no commandment for this. Or is there? Is there a commandment for this? Can you... Okay, yeah. Okay, I have an idea. He will throw the ball up instead of throwing it forward, and that would give him just a little bit of a score. Then when it comes near him, he would use combo star on it. Basically, hitting the ball multiple times, like 200,000 times. And he would easily be able to get a score of, I don't know, I'll say 99,000 or something like that. It's not really accurate, but it's gonna be like that because I want to make him strong, and I want to make the characters feel like, oh, they're weak, so they have to train a lot more to make them stronger. So I'll just have to make Deku overpowered for them to be somewhat overpowered, so they can even hold a candle to Deku. So yeah, the rest of them, he's pretty much getting first place on all of the stuff, except for the ball throw because Uraka gets Infinity, so he gets his second place. And Bakugo says, and Bakugo, going over to Deku trying to explode him, Aizawa would take away his quirk, and he would still go after him. And Deku, Deku would just use full, just use ground to stop, you know, you know, Bakugo in his tracks, basically using the ground to put ground around his feet to stop him from moving. And he said, oh, as I was like, what is this man's quirk? They ask him what his quirk is, and he says he doesn't have one. They don't really believe him, but this is kind of where I'm gonna end this off. I hope you enjoyed this, Faith. No, you're the man, Faith. You're he, okay? What? You're he? Yeah, you're he. So yeah, bye. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I post every day. So yeah.